Hey everyone, I'm back. Second week in a row. I definitely got this. For these first few videos, what I wanted to do is a plant tour of all of the plants that I have, but because most of them are just kind of in my room, it's going to be more of a plant showcase than a tour. I'm also going to have to split this video into two because I have a lot of plants. So without further ado, let's kick it off. We'll start things off with Sansevieria, which is one of my favorite plants. And I have a lot of them. They're just so tall and like architectural, and I really like that. I have this big guy over here, and this little one I found at a superstore, a Canadian superstore, for like $2, and it looked so bad, and I just couldn't leave it there because I love them so much, so I brought it home to nurse it back to health. I also have this Sansevieria. I don't know if you can see, but it's got an albino plant attached to it, and I thought that was really cool, and it was $4. It's probably going to die because it can't really photosynthesize on its own. It has to rely on this plant that it's attached to. But, you know, it was cheap and I thought it was really cool looking. This Sansevieria is one of my oldest plants. I think it's actually the oldest plant that I have. And if you go back to some of my videos from 3 years ago, you can see it in the background, and it was a lot smaller then. It's grown a lot, and yeah, I just really like it. I also have this Sansevieria trifasciata Moonshine, which is the same as these, but it's got paler leaves, and I just thought it was really nice looking. And I have a Sansevieria cylindrica, and it's actually growing a lot of little babies, which is really exciting. My last Sansevieria is this little samurai dwarf, and it's just a little baby one. I got it for like $2, and I thought it was really cute. The big ones are really sharp, like surprisingly sharp. So hopefully I'll get that big one day, but we'll see. Next is another one of my favorites. It's a string of turtles, and it's got these like waxy green leaves that look like turtle shells, and it's really cool, and it's really fast growing. I only got this a couple weeks ago, and it was, I don't know, about this long, and now it's got all this new growth, and it's really cool. Really like it. My next plant are these peace lilies, and this plant's also really old. I've had this for a long time now. It's kind of scraggly looking, and honestly I don't know how to make it more full. Everybody's got peace lilies though. I mean, they're nothing to write home about. This one's alright. So I've also got an English ivy. Yeah, it's an English ivy. I don't know what else to say. And a Dieffenbachia, which, you know, like everybody's got. And a spider plant. And a spider plant was the very first plant that I ever had, like, in my room. This isn't that same plant. This is a new one. The one that I had for years and years and years and survived for so long died actually in my windowsill last winter or 2 winters ago. We had a really bad frost and it killed like most of my plants that I had in the window, which sucked. But I've got this one. It's growing nicely. Everybody's got one of these. So next I have this little Pilea glauca? Pilea aquamarine. And it's this cute little guy that I picked up. It's still really small. Eventually this will get really big and bushy and kind of fall over the edge, sort of like the string of turtles that I showed. But it's a cute little guy. It's got these really nice red stems and these really like foresty green leaves, so it's really cute. I like it. I've also got Hoyas, and they are really growing on me. I mean, I like them a lot, maybe not as much as Betsy Begonia, who's a YouTuber that you should definitely check out. But I still really like them. This one is a Crimson Queen, a Hoya carnosa Crimson Queen. And I have this Hoya carnosa compacta, which is like this all of its leaves are sort of folded in and like crinkly and stuff. It's also called a Hindu rope because when it gets really big, it falls over, and I don't really know what that has to do with Hindus, but maybe they have rope like that? I don't know. And this is my Hoya carrii. I've seen the variegated ones everywhere, and I don't really like the variegated ones. I just wanted a solid one, so I finally found one of these. It's just small right now, but hopefully it'll get bigger soon. I also have this Hoya, which I think is just a Hoya carnosa, but I'm not quite sure. I have to do more research on it. For about 10 months it did absolutely nothing, and then one day I looked at it and I saw this little vine, these new leaves, the new growth, and it's even got some more coming in under there. And yeah, it's just taking off, and I am so happy and so thrilled. So next I'm going to talk about my ferns. I have a few ferns. Oh, that's a dead leaf. We'll just tuck it right in there. I have a few ferns, but I have a tendency of killing every single fern that I've ever got. I don't know how this one is staying alive. My sister got me this fern for looking after her when she had a broken leg. I didn't really do much, just kind of sat around, but still, it was nice to get a plant out of it. I also have this heart fern, which I really like, and for some reason it's thriving, and I don't know why. I don't have this in my room, I actually have it outside by a water feature that we have, and it gets wet pretty often, but like, it's growing like crazy. It's a button fern, and it's the saddest looking button fern that you will ever see. I don't know, when I got this thing it was full and it was bushy and it looked so cute, and then everything died and dried out, and now it's just been like this ever since. So my favorite fern though is this staghorn fern that I mounted on this piece of wood with some sphagnum moss. And I will do a video on how I did this, even though you can find them all over the internet. Next I have this little syngonium, which I took from a cutting from my parents' bathroom. And it's doing really well. It's got a whole bunch of new growth. This leaf is pretty new. I don't know, I thought it was kind of cool. It's like this vining thing that grows really leggy and weird. It's not like a regular syngonium. So, I don't know. It's cool though. I also have this jade plant, which I love. I'm not really that good with succulents. I live in Canada, and for the most part, I don't really have the light to look after succulents. They always grow leggy and long and gross, and I end up throwing them out because I can't be bothered with it. But this jade is doing so well. It's got a ton of new growth, and I've been keeping it outside for the summer, so it's really been liking the light. I've actually been having it in direct sunlight for most of the day, and it's really liked that. So I guess that's what they like. And this is my, I'm gonna butcher the name, Alocasia lauterbachyiana or something like that. I don't really know. It's an alocasia. It was really cool and it was doing super well, and then I don't know what happened. It just like gave up, which kind of sucks because look at the cute pot it's in. I decided not to bring this one in, but this is my fig tree. It's just a little one right now. I have it outside just until it gets cold, then I'll bring it inside. But it's already growing a whole bunch of figs on this. I don't know if you can see. Oh, yeah, there's one right there. And figs are like my favorite fruit, so I'm super excited. But it's just chilling out here with all of our vegetables. We got celery and tomatoes and a sack of potatoes and squash and stuff. But yeah. Lastly, I've got a couple of fiddly fig trees. This is my newest one. It's doing pretty well. It's got new growth. This new leaf is, I think, the only new leaf it's gotten since I've got it. And this one right here was my first fiddly fig tree. It was really small when I got it, so it's grown a lot. But I think I actually forced it into dormancy. I repotted it a bunch this summer, and it gave me like these 4 new leaves are new growth from this summer, but it stopped growing about maybe 2 months ago. And it's just, you know, incredibly finicky, but it is by far my favorite plant. So that's it for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed my little plant tour showcase. But I would love to hear what your guys' favorite houseplants are, and if you have any recommendations for me to add to my collection. As well, feel free to like and subscribe. I'll have content like this coming out every week for the foreseeable future. And I'll see you guys in the next one.